Today on The Finish, Brock Lesnar issues an open challenge for WrestleMania. But who will step up to the Beast Incarnate? We predict his next opponent.
Plus, big title changes and a huge betrayal this week on NXT. We react to all the latest shakeups.
And we are cruising down the road to WrestleMania, listing our top matches to open the Showcase of Immortals. All of that and so much more today on The Finish. Welcome back to The Finish right here on Cron 4 Plus and YouTube. I'm Corey Smith.
And I'm Tor Smith.
Tor, we start off with something this week that I thought, I said it last week and I'm wrong.
Uh-oh.
I'm wrong a lot, but I was wrong. AJ Styles is now retired. This week on Raw, I thought it was going to be an induction to the Hall of Pain, maybe. I thought maybe we could have gotten Shane versus AJ, or no, AJ versus Shawn Michaels. It's not happening.
It's not going to happen, bro. I'm sorry.
But this week, AJ Styles came out. We all said goodbye to the Phenomenal One. And a lot of other people came to say goodbye, too, including Frankie Kazarian, Abyss.
Abyss was there?
His first tag team partner from WCW in Air Raid.
Yes, right.
He was there. But now, also was there.
The Bullet Club showed up.
The Bullet Club and the Dead Man.
The Dead Man with a huge
Marcellus
announcement.
He says AJ Styles is going into the Hall of Fame.
Let's go.
What do you think about this?
I'm not surprised. AJ Styles deserves to walk into the Hall of Fame. I mean, his career speaks for itself. And just look at this last year alone, if you don't know his repertoire. I mean, this guy puts on banger after banger, and doing it for quite some time.
Definitely, yeah.
I think the timing of it was like, oh, wow, he's going into this year's Hall of Fame. Okay, let's make this happen like ASAP. You know, it does make some questions. You know, I think people thought that John Cena would get the first Hall of Fame nod before AJ Styles did, just based on the timing of their retirements. But here we are. I'm not mad at AJ Styles going to the Hall of Fame, but the timing of it was a little like, oh, wow, okay, let's go.
No, definitely. A lot of people did, you know, two things to what you were just saying. John Cena, look, that is going to be a huge sellout for a Hall of Fame anytime.
Oh my God.
So I think they're personally saving that for maybe a year where they don't really have anything on there. It'll be like John Cena and, you know, Nunzio and who was that? Colin Delaney. You know,
Nunzio, you are welcome on The Finish anytime you want to come by, brother.
Definitely,
please.
Definitely. So I do think that, you know, is what is happening there. Also, it is kind of a bummer, though, for some wrestling fans. Not me. I'm cool with him going to the Hall of Fame. But a lot of people were hoping to see him go to AEW. And this just puts a stop to it. He ain't going nowhere now.
Yeah.
He's going to be under a WWE Hall of Fame contract. And, you know, that's that. And he's even said he's well aware that AEW was going to offer him a substantial amount of money.
Yeah. You know, yes, I've heard all the reports, too, of AEW trying to clamor and get AJ Styles. Obviously, this Hall of Fame announcement puts a shutter to all that noise going on. But I have to say, too, as a fan of other legends who have made the jump to AEW ship, I haven't really liked the output from them post WWE. I want to say it. I feel like Edge's last year with WWE has trumped his entire time in AEW. And I don't want to see the same story befall AJ Styles. So in my selfish way of, you know, remembering his career, I would rather he go out in this fashion and, hey, do the New Japan dates and make sure that happens. But as far as like in the States, I would like this to be his Cinderella farewell moment. You know,
just seeing AJ in AEW, I was kind of hoping for. I'm not going to lie. Because AEW, you're right. They have kind of, I don't want to say failed, but there have been a lot of times where WWE superstar has come to AEW and their storylines or their push hasn't been so great.
Yeah.
That being said, they have done really well with Andrade lately, giving him a push. I know he lost to Kenny Omega before, you know, Swerve Street, but They gave him a little bit of push. He's got hot girls ringside, for him. So it could be good for AJ Styles one day. And he hasn't ruled out wrestling completely.
Oh, no, not at all.
He said if his son wants to wrestle one day, he will wrestle a tag match with his son or whatever.
Totally.
So.
And always, they always say never say never.
That's what Justin Bieber said.
In the WWE. Yes, Justin Bieber and the McMahons, I think, have both coined that phrase. But, we have seen legends step out from the darkness again for that one more match. So a few years ago when that disastrous match, but be it as it may, it happened of HBK and Triple H reuniting DX against the Brothers of Destruction.
No, it didn't
Undertaker and Kane.
I blurred it out of my memory.
So I'm not ruling it out. I mean, yes, it was a very solemn moment seeing AJ Styles putting the gloves, taking them off, dropped in the middle of the ring. Also a rad moment, him being back home and making it happen. But I'm not out of the woods yet. I'm not ruling out AJ Styles' return. The fact that Gunther is still name dropping Goldberg and John Cena and now AJ Styles' name, I don't think they're done either. I'm just gonna keep saying that. Yeah. So I think there is a possible sequel to these retirements that we're seeing in a row.
Definitely. Well, another big story coming out of Monday Night Raw was the one injury of one Bronson Reed. Bronson the Monster Reed injured himself on Monday night. He's now the third member of the Vision to be injured after Braun Breaker, after Seth Rollins. And this is all, I believe, happening in a 5-month span. So it's one of those things a lot of people are saying, are asking, is the Vision cursed? They did that worked angle with Seth Rollins a while ago. They worked everybody, including the boys in the back. And now 3 of their members are out with injury. Now with Bronson Reed with the bicep tear. I guess he's having surgery already. He's in Birmingham. He's getting ready to go, but he's ruled out of Elimination Chamber and looks like WrestleMania too.
I guess that mass attacker is unemployed right now. He's just did all the good deeds, and now he's just going to chill on the sidelines for the next gig to open up. But, this is a really weird situation. You had them do a fake injury storyline, and those storylines always give me the willies, because I know that it kind of it puts into the universe someone getting injured.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then we saw Seth Rollins get injured, and then Braun Breaker, and now Bronson Reed, and it's like, whoa, the Vision is literally fracturing week by week. And where does this lead them? You know what I mean? I think there are a few scenarios where we can still salvage this Vision that they're putting out there. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if, they have a Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar alliance. Why not move Brock into the Vision? Or, have Seth come back and you do hey, I was the puppeteer all along, and I had Logan Paul and Austin Theory doing my dirty work, and we together took out Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. That could save it a lot too. But it's I don't think I've seen this before happen, where literally an entire group is getting knocked out one by one in a series of months.
You've never seen it happen before, and I've never seen it happen before. It's a little too serendipitous.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like, what are you doing here? It's one of those things. Seth Rollins got injured, and they worked that injury.
Yeah.
Okay, the second one, he got injured for real.
Yeah.
Okay, and now Braun Breaker's, and now Bronson. Are they all just going to come back one night? You know what I'm saying? For this huge pop. Okay. They all have the what do you call them? The crutches.
Yeah.
And all throw them to the side. Just 6 pairs of, 3 pairs of crutches.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do I think it's a work? I don't know. But it is a little too perfect for everything to be happening at the same time for a storyline.
Yeah, for sure.
It sucks that they're all injured if they're really injured.
I saw
sucks for Bronson Reed. I'm sorry.
No, it sucks completely. You hate to see an athlete, who doing what they love, not able to do their job and just entertain fans and what makes them happy. But I did see this weird AI image of Seth, Braun, and Bronson in a hospital room together, hey, the Vision is back.
I knew that was AI.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like, oh, why is Seth still in his hospital gown?
This could be right.
Has he been in the hospital this entire time? First, real quick, I love the AI image. There's an AI image out there of Undertaker, Kane, and Paul Bearer, and they're at a backyard barbecue, and Kane has a full head of hair, long, luscious hair, and I'm just like, AI is worth it if it gives Kane a full head of hair.
Yeah.
So.
AI, let's go.
But I think that we're going to do this a little earlier in the show. That brings us to our question of the week. Is the Vision cursed? Let us know on X @_the_finish. Well, cursed or not, one person who's going to have some bad luck at WrestleMania is whoever accepts Brock Lesnar's open challenge. Because this week, Brock came out and issued an open challenge to whomever.
Yeah.
What do you think this is about?
You know, this is about getting Brock a spot on the WrestleMania card. And we've seen this before where Brock has no definitive storyline going to the show of shows. He's just been popping up at these random moments since his return.
That was a random match.
That was a very random, and I was there for that Omos match, and it was random, it was quick, and there was nothing else that followed that encounter. So it's kind of, it's reminding me of that Omos era when we last saw him at WrestleMania compete, into this where he's just kind of like floating around. Now, as far as possible opponents go, I mean, there are a few folks in the mix that I wouldn't be mad at if they popped up. I mean, if a rehabilitated Seth Rollins popped up, I wouldn't be mad at Rollins and Lesnar again. If there's Obafemi and Brock, I wouldn't be mad at that. If they went back to the Rumble and hey, Brock is targeting LA Knight for tossing him out of the Rumble, could also be a good match. You know? I just don't want to see Brock and Dean Ambrose ever again.
No, never again. I do think it could be Gunther, though.
Yes. Okay.
Because Gunther has been saying recently he wants to retire Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
So if it leads into that, say, you put your career on the line, I will face you.
Oh, wow.
That could be. But you know what's funny? You mentioned Royal Rumble. Did you see that video of Brock telling Cody to throw him out of the Rumble?
Yes, I saw that video.
He was done. He was just like, Cody, throw me out. And then Cody, I believe LA Knight threw him out at that point. It was pretty great.
It was just typical Brock, hey, being so impatient, and all the videos of him going back to Chamber, he burst out of the pod when he wasn't supposed to, 10 minutes earlier, and the whole match just got, okay, we're doing this. It's Brock Brockin', pretty much.
That's like the rule any job he's ever had. Well, it's Brock.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Does he want? He's Brock.
And we got a lot of news coming out of NXT this week because we got 3 new champions. Oh my God. Hallelujah, the Vanity Project has defeated Dark State. The new NXT champions, tag team champions. I am so happy. I have never loved 2, what do you call them? Varsity guys, college dudes, popular guys like that. I've never loved 2 guys more than I love Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes. They beat Dark State after Tony D got involved, which was a little strange. Does Tony D have something to do with Vanity Project? I know he's after Dark State, but...
Yeah, it was a botch finish, too.
It was a little weird.
Yeah.
But I kind of like how Vanity Project keeps winning on accidental
wins, yeah.
Because they think they're so cool, but they're not.
They're not.
They're not.
Dude, I thought you right away when they won. I was like, Kor is running the streets right now of Alameda, just having a ball.
Confetti everywhere.
Just having an amazing time. Hey, the Dark State's reign of championship terror has ended for now, at least, in Vanity Project. I don't know how long this accidental winning streak can continue for, but it's entertaining.
Yeah. Elio LaFleur.
That's right.
Won the speed title, defeating
Jasper
Troy, yes.
There you go, yeah.
And then Miles Bourne winning the North American title. I don't know. I'm just not sold on Miles Bourne.
Dude.
He's trying. He's doing everything. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
I'm not sold.
I'm not sold on it either. And I don't know what it is. Because, again, to your point, he's a great wrestler. For me, it just feels overly forced.
Yeah.
We have to like this guy. We should want him to be champion. And, honestly, I'm not getting to the point where, I care enough for this storyline. Again, not to knock Miles Bourne. Hey, you are welcome on the show whenever you want to stop by.
Bring that title with you.
But as far as this storyline, him beat, I think Ethan Page, I would have liked him to have a longer streak as champion. He had a pretty long reign. It was pretty entertaining matches. So I think him not having the belt may hurt his character a little bit, but I'm curious where it goes.
Yeah. And Zaruka is finally done. They have broke up this week after Zarya speared Sol Ruka in her title match. Hit her with 2 F5s, one during the match, one afterward on the table. I'm just so happy this is finally done with.
Man.
It puts a little added life to Zarya going forward.
Yeah.
She can be a tough heel hitting that F5 on whoever.
Yeah.
And I think it's the best move for them. Just end it now. They should have ended it weeks ago. But
It should have ended it weeks ago, but to our point, a few weeks ago on the show, I was talking about is NXT needs that injection of new life.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those things where like that storyline was holding up so much in this mist, and now they're finally broken up. We can get the stand and deliver match. We can get Zaruka, getting finally in a steel cage match. Their options are endless at this point, but I am liking the idea of Zarya being this kind of like lone wolf, not a heel, not a good guy, just doing her own thing.
Definitely. You mentioned NXT Stand and Deliver, which was announced this week that it won't be taking place during WrestleMania weekend.
That's right.
In fact, it'll be on April 4th in St. Louis. Shawn Michaels made the announcement on social media. He said, Stand and Deliver could stand on its own. That's why we're going to St. Louis. And I was kind of looking forward to going to Stand and Deliver for WrestleMania weekend.
I was too, yeah.
That being said, I don't mind having a free Saturday morning because I already have like 3 shows booked before the weekend.
I'm pooped already.
And then I'm already exhausted.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with this move.
Okay, all right.
Then I saw this. While NXT Stand and Deliver is not going to be in Vegas, there is going to be a new wrestling convention set for the Palms Hotel, the Pearl Theater. It's going to be called Slam Fest. And 2 days of in-ring shows, Thursday, April 16th and 17th. Tokyo, Joshi Pro Wrestling, CMLL, House of Glory, Stardom, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. This is a stacked lineup of promotions here.
I think so.
And it makes me think, how is AAA going to counterbalance this? Because now that CMLL is going to be there this year, I see a AAA show being added.
Absolutely.
And I wonder if that's why they're moving NXT Stand and Deliver.
That is a really good. See, this is why this guy is my co-host on this show. Like that laser beam focus and all the trees in the forest. I totally agree with you, bro. Like it does make sense. AAA is hot right now, and there's no way they will let that weekend slip away without getting involved in the mix.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you know what is going to be in the mix?
What's that?
Coming up on The Finish, who will break out of the pods and emerge as breakout stars at Elimination Chamber this weekend? We give you our predictions next. Welcome back to The Finish right here on Cron 4 Plus and YouTube. All right, so this weekend, Elimination Chamber, 4 matches on the card. Let's not waste any time.
Let's go.
Let's break down this show, how it looks. And we're going to start things off with the Women's Elimination Chamber match. We got Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, which is a surprising one, but she's getting over lately, so
She's
good for her,
response.
versus Raquel Rodriguez. Who are you going with and why, Tor?
Wow, this is I'd say one of the more stacked women's chamber matches I've seen in a few years, where I honestly don't know for sure who may come out.
The winner gets Jade Cargill, we found out.
And the winner gets Jade Cargill. So I'm going to go with the obvious pick here. I think the Buff Barbie's going to win. I think it's Tiffy time.
Yeah.
I think they're going to go for Jade, Tiffany Part 3 at WrestleMania. And I think I'll open the show on night 2, but I think Tiffany's going to win. I feel like the other entrants in this match have other things going on. I think Raquel and Liv have their beef simmering.
Asuka,
Alexa. But I think Tiffany Stratton, for me, is the diamond in this group that's going to come out on top.
Definitely.
How about you, sir?
I could see Rhea Ripley walking out as winner. I could, Rhea and Jade, because that could be
I'm out of that match, actually.
one hell of a match.
Yeah, for sure.
But you're right. Tiffany Stratton, they've already had 2 matches together. This would be their third, their rubber match, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it's obvious that it's going to be Jade.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, not Jade, Tiffany.
Oh,
to
absolutely.
face Jade for that title. And to see who comes out on top is going to be great at WrestleMania.
And to that point, I can already see Tiffany having her WrestleMania moment, winning the pyro. It just feels very WrestleMania season for her to win this match and beat Jade.
Let's go, Tiffy time.
Tiffy time.
Next up, WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship, AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. I don't know. I mean, I see them putting the title on AJ Lee, but where do they go from there for WrestleMania? You know what I'm saying? Like a rematch? So, like, me personally, I'm going to go Becky winning here by some nefarious means.
Yeah.
And maybe this will lead to some sort of stipulation match at WrestleMania. Maybe this could lead to a women's Hell in the Cell match at WrestleMania.
Okay.
So, I'm going to go Becky Lynch on this one.
I'm with you on this one. I don't see the man losing this one. I think that they want to draw out AJ Lee's eventual win. You know,
Yeah.
she
She'll
will
win that
topple
title
the man
eventually.
at some point. But I don't think it's going to happen at the Chamber. But I think the man will come out victorious, some dusty finish, and AJ can keep chasing this title.
Yeah. And then we have the World Heavyweight Championship match. Finn Balor taking on CM Punk. I don't see Finn winning this match, unfortunately.
No.
I do see him putting in one hell of an effort. Like, this is going to be a great match.
Yeah.
Punk is going to have a great match. I'm just going to say it's going to happen this time. Finn Balor is going to bring this match to a 5-star World Heavyweight Championship match. But, like I said, Punk will walk out with that title. What do you think?
You know, whenever a Judgment Day member asks their crew to not get involved in the match, what typically happens here? So I definitely think that Punk's gonna win this match, no doubt.
Yeah.
But we will see a deeper cut in the Judgment Day.
I wonder if the Judgment Day will cost Balor.
I think it's gonna happen.
Like JD of all people.
Yeah.
To cost.
I think they'll cause a huge botch in the match. Balor will have this match won. JD makes a huge error. Finn loses, and then we have some prominent beef now with Finn and JD.
Do you think Brad Baylor could be the American cousin of Finn Balor? That could be a question of the week right there. But
What do you think? That's a line.
Underscore the finish. And then we have the men's Elimination Chamber match. Randy Orton, LA Knight, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Jey Uso, who was added to this match on Monday night, taking over the place of Bronson Reed, who was supposed to be in this match. I mean, at this point, I'm looking at this, and it's just, you know, you got all these guys here. I don't know who could come out to face not to face Punk, but to face
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
I mean, Cody could be the obvious answer. I don't see Javon winning.
Why not?
You know why, guy. You know why, too.
Come on.
Trick Williams. I mean, they have been pushing Trick. So Jey Uso would come out of nowhere because he's not supposed to win.
Yeah.
LA Knight. Look, if they're trying to give LA Knight that big push, I could see it being done here.
Okay.
I could see him getting the win and going to WrestleMania. And it's like out of left field win. And giving him that title at WrestleMania will be like that big push that he really needs to get over that huge hump that he's had in front of him.
You know,
I'm going LA Knight.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not going to lie. I was leaning more toward Cody just because it's Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
QB1, and he's going to get a main event match at WrestleMania at some point. But LA Knight would be a cool swerve. And you'll hear reports that they're changing around Drew's plans for WrestleMania. So LA Knight, he has been, oh my God, favored to have a WrestleMania moment for so many years now.
Yeah.
And like I can hear a deafening pop too if he were to win and go into face Drew. But also, if Randy loses this match, I could also see Randy Orton stepping up to Brock Lesnar too.
That's true.
WrestleMania. I mean,
Yeah,
they have
that's
a
true.
past.
That's true. Whoever loses this match could step up to Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Javon could step up to Brock.
That could happen too.
It could.
Yeah.
Or actually,
I mean,
Jey
he'll get
Uso.
destroyed, but
Jey
he can
Uso.
step up to him.
Brock doesn't like Jay's music, so
Yeah.
that could be something there.
Totally.
But
Yeah. Coming up on the finish, these show openers stole the show for us. We're ranking our greatest WrestleMania opening matches ever after the break.
welcome back to the finish. Tor, since we are on the road to WrestleMania, you know, we're driving down the 5, making a sharp left in Barstow, going to the 15. Yes, I did my research. But the Showcase of Immortals will not happen without an opening match.
That's right.
That's why this week we wanted to take a look at our favorite WrestleMania matches to open the Showcase of Immortals on the Finishing 4. All right, well, Tor, I think you have the number 1 best opening match of WrestleMania history, so I'm gonna let you take this.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Kor.
I do what I can.
I appreciate you. This one stands out as not only my favorite opening match at WrestleMania, probably one of my favorite matches at WrestleMania just in general.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about WrestleMania 10 at Madison Square Garden in New York, where you saw Bret Hart take on his brother Owen.
Yeah.
And in a wrestling clinic.
Oh, yeah.
This match,
Great match.
This match is phenomenal. It's one of my favorite matches ever. The storyline behind it two brothers for the first time fighting one another. The fact that Bret Hart had 2 matches that night to compete in, and that Owen Hart won this match, which no one saw coming, but I'm so glad that it happened. But Owen Hart and Bret Hart, this is one of my top 10 matches. And when I think of opening matches at WrestleMania, this one comes to mind like immediately.
Look,
You, sir.
it's a great match. It is.
Uh-oh.
But there is no way Bret should have won that title that night if he lost in the opening match. Owen Hart should have been added to that championship match. It should have been a triple threat match at the end.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I know Luger was involved because they had that 2 people falling out at Royal Rumble with Bret and Luger.
Yeah.
You know, but it just every time I rewatch that, I'm like, Owen should have been in that main event that night.
All
He
right.
beat the #1 contender.
Yeah.
So therefore, he either should have taken Bret's spot or been added as a 3-way. But that wasn't the time and place for that, I guess.
No, but that's, hey, a great way to rebook that event because I'm all for that.
Benefit of hindsight, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite opening matches took place at the WrestleMania I went to, WrestleMania 31. This is the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. Daniel Bryan defeating Bad News Barrett, your favorite Dean Ambrose,
That's right.
Dolph Ziggler, Luke Harper,
That's right.
R-Truth, and Stardust. This is a cool
He
match.
looks familiar with that Stardust guy.
Yeah, it was a cool match too because, you know, it was one of those times, it was right before Daniel Bryan retired. For that time when he retired, WWE wouldn't let him wrestle.
Yeah.
And winning that Intercontinental, I believe it was his first time holding that title.
It was.
To see him win that title,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm seeing a first ever situation.
Yeah.
His reign didn't go very long. I think it was only a couple months after that. They took the title off him and then he retired.
Yeah.
But it was one hell of a way to start WrestleMania 31 in Santa Clara. What do you got?
That was a banger. From one banger to another. I was actually there for this match
Okay.
at WrestleMania 40 in my hometown of Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. And I got to see Rhea Ripley and the man Becky Lynch put on one of the most craziest opening matches I've seen in the card. Just the air that night was just so electric. Like Rhea Ripley's entrance, I couldn't hear for the rest of the night.
Well, this is WrestleMania 42, so like I think people were also just like really excited with all that WrestleMania buzz with The Rock.
The Rock, he made wrestling cool again.
Yeah,
people were
Cody,
into it.
Roman, like this is Cody. This is the Cody finishing him story, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Rhea and Becky. That being said, the crowd was just hot.
That played into it, but also for me, it was seeing also the end of Becky Lynch's popularity as a face with fans. Because the fans were total Rhea mode that night. I feel like I heard boos for Becky in that match. But Rhea would win that match, retain the championship. But WrestleMania 40, Rhea, Becky, boom, my #2 pick. You, sir, let's go.
Now, I know there's a lot of matches from before the year 2000 that were great. Even 2020, whatever. But I'm noticing a theme with my picks. They're both in the 30s of WrestleMania.
Okay.
And they're both involving the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
So this is
Great belt.
WrestleMania 34, Intercontinental triple threat match. Seth Rollins defeating The Miz and Finn Balor.
That's right.
Or Finn Balor, wherever you're from, I guess.
Yeah, yes.
So Rollins, everyone had really cool gear. And The Miz, this is regular gear, but you know, Seth Rollins came out dressed as the Night King from Game of Thrones. Balor had his Pride gear on coming out, and that was like a huge moment for a lot of people because this is WWE. This is, you know, was it WrestleMania 34?
Yeah.
No one expected Balor to come out with a whole group of people wearing the Pride flag.
Yeah.
And the fact that he did it,
rad.
I think it let a lot of people like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Wrestling can be for me too.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool. The fact that, you know, it was a great match and The Miz tried to go at it alone and put on one hell of a performance. So sending the B team to the back. Remember the B team?
Oh, yeah. Dude, of course.
So
Let's go.
that's my second pick for greatest WrestleMania opening matches. And I think that about does it here for us today on The Finish. I'm Corey Smith.
And I'm Tor Smith.
We'll see you next time. Take care.
Rock on.